I have no conception of where we're pointed or which way we go. Oh, crap and thing. Got a beautiful low pressure cell out here. Yeah, it's a beautiful low pressure. Can't have to worry about that. That's probably really nice. Yeah, it looks like glad I got my clouds down there. Look like trees in a forest or something. Looks like snow and trees. Fantastic. Do we need to do anything else to configure this for, no. As far as I know, it's all up to this.
One of the most important things in life is to simply accept life as it is. And with that same exact thought, this is one reason why I have fallen in love with Friedrich Nietzsche's philosophies and everything that has to do with life affirmation. You just have to accept that life is suffering, and after you do that, it makes life a lot better. Because everyone life's shit, and as soon as you realize that, you realize, life's not unfair. Life's not fair to anybody. The classic childism of life's not fair. As soon as you just accept that is a point-blank period fact, we can move on and not be upset about that. I gotta say, enlightenment is difficult, but at least I know the first step to share with you guys, and that is we just gotta accept life as it is, as a limited amount of time, and because life has such a small limit to it, we have to live it to its absolute fullest, right? This is something very difficult for me lately. Somewhat. I don't know how to say any of this without like a nervous laugh or shaking in my voice. But life's been pretty shit for me lately, and I haven't made a YouTube video in a long while because of that. But here I am, ready to share with you at least a fraction of a script that I started writing in November of 2023, in November. So for the new year, I wanted to start us off with a bang. Life affirmation at its finest. Basically, the most perfect quote from Friedrich Nietzsche for the New Year's Eve time is him referencing that exact time of the year. And so I was like, how freaking perfect would that be for a video? Perfect. So I shall read that for you now. For the new year, I still live, I still think, I must still live, for I must still think. Sum ergo cogito, cogito ergo sum. Today, everyone takes the liberty of expressing his wish and his favorite thought. Well, I also mean to tell what I have wished for myself today, and what thought first crossed my mind this year. A thought which ought to be the basis, the pledge, and the sweetening of all my future life. I want more and more to perceive the necessary characters in things as beautiful. I shall thus be one of those who beautify things. Amor, Fati, let that henceforth be my love. I do not want to wage war with the ugly. I do not want to accuse. I do not want to even accuse the accusers. Looking aside, let that be my sole negation. And all in all, to sum up, I wish to be at any time hereafter only a yea-sayer. So the thought of Amor Fati to Friedrich Nietzsche means literally to love your fate. And to have love in your fate means to accept everything before or after, right now, as good, as fine, as right, as right would be the most apropos word here. Because you cannot change it. You cannot change your past specifically, but you can definitely change your outlook on life for the future. And, you know, as a classic, like, super emo kid who, you know, wants to, like, be the naysayer of everything, you know, like, know this, know that, because everything freaking sucks. At the same time, I really just want to be a happy-go-lucky yea-sayer and accept everything as it is and as it should be. You know? I have no idea how, in what order I'm editing this. I already talked about it a little bit, but one of the reasons why it has taken me so long to post a video, or I haven't really been online in like 2 years, pretty much at all, on social media, is because I have been dealing with a lot of loss and death and literally, you know, I'm down to a very few grandparents at this point, and practically back to back, I lost my very closest grandmother as well as my dog, who has been my baby child for 10 years. Literally, I got him at 17, and I'm about to turn 27, so it's been a pretty big part, over a third of my life. When you put it into perspective. And so when you deal with loss and grief and all this awfulness, and when you literally want to just break down and cry and scream, there's nothing else to do other than eventually get over things. And, you know, like I am now. I'm making a video. I'm working on the painting that I started so long ago at this point. You know, I'm not going to just skip over the script that I worked fairly hard on. It's like a good half a script here. I was gonna just kind of freehand the rest of it in the moment, which is, I guess, what I'm doing now. I do really want to talk to you guys about, you know, Apollonian, Dionysian philosophies from Nietzsche, about how that entire, you know, Greek tragedies, Nietzsche's very first book, is also about life affirmation. So to get a little clue in as to what that is right at the moment, just to let you know, there is no way to watch TV or movies without seeing death or anything of that sort. You know, think of literally any movie, any show, and if it's not made for just like after school special watching, not after school special, literally, just like chilling, watching Nickelodeon, there will be death involved. And what is death if not the reminder that we have to live? This is Nietzsche's practically most mainest philosophy, because of course the Übermensch, his Superman, his being your most authentic ideal self, is his most famous philosophy. It circles back on a foundation of life affirmation. If you affirm life, you can start becoming enlightened. You can start becoming your Übermensch, your Superman, your most authentic self, because you're not living for the afterlife, you know? But yeah, so how do I say this?
So I say fuck it, I'ma let loose. And I would settle for more though. Frodo, Frodo. So I say fuck it, I'ma let loose. Yeah. And here we go.
I have been going through a lot of emotions, but one of those has been greatly helped. Fucking Nietzsche is more helpful than my therapist. That's what I'm trying to say. And always has been. From when I found him when I was like freaking like 10 or 12, just like free books available to read. I found it to be extremely helpful when I was a very sad little emo child. And now, as an adult with real problems, it's only been more poignant, more meaningful, more I understand the message of what you're saying. And so I'm sorry if this is gonna be like, I don't know, like this sad clickbait or whatever, or if this is gonna be like this weird super ranting video, or I'm just like, this is where I've been up to lately. I think a really huge thing when you are upset, no matter how much time it may take you, I don't know, months, for me, months, it is very important to get back into the grind, not the grind, but get back into the swing of things. Also, not to mention other human beings. Hanging out with human beings is so lovely, and honestly, just going outside and seeing other human beings, very similarly to when like you're at school and it's more helpful to do your schoolwork in a library surrounded by other human beings doing their schoolwork. There's like a study on this. I'm not gonna pull it up literally right now, but it is proven to be very assistantful to mimic it can be extremely helpful to mimic the behaviors of the humans around you if they are just that, right? And so if you're just like watching like TikToks of people dancing, you're probably just gonna do a lot of dancing. If you're watching a lot of Chef Gordon Ramsay, you're probably gonna be doing a lot of cooking. If you're gonna be trying to just move in a human fashion, honestly, the best thing to do is go outside and look at other humans effectively moving their bodies. Yeah. So, yeah. One huge thing for me right now in life affirmation and affirming that everything is as it should be is just looking at other humans kind of getting the inspiration of living life is just perfectly dandy. Everyone deals with loss. We all deal with it in our own very specific ways. But we're never alone. And that's really fantastic. Even if we don't have any friends, we can go out, grocery shopping, and see other people doing their best. So, Amor, Fati. Love your fate, the good, the bad, because there is no other option. And if you don't appreciate your fate, let that be a motivation to do something else. Right here, sitting at home, practically doing nothing except working, eating, and sleeping, I'm writing my own fate here. I'm choosing to go to bed at ridiculous times. I can choose better times. I can choose to do something else instead of watching TV. Yeah, of course, that's been really difficult. But once I finally made that decision of clearing off my desk and just work on a piece that's already started. You don't even have to think about it because all the work's laid out for you. It was a huge, huge relief. Just to know that I could do that. It is nice. So on that note, I do have to shout out that fate is only ever actually finished and written in stone until it is the past. And so if you are wanting a different future, understand that that is not written yet. There is no actual fate for your future. And it's pretty ironic that Nietzsche would use such a, distinctive word like fate. Such a distinctive word. Like fate. But as we all know, there is no such thing as the literal future written in stone, and we can always change things, even if it's just a little bit at a time every single day. It will amount to a large change in the end. And if we do continue moving as autopilot lemmings, no, of course nothing's gonna get done. Of course not. We can't just let life fall upon us like we have a director and a writer just, sitting behind that camera telling us to do things and saying what to say. No. We all have to make the conscious decisions to effectively make change for our future. And if that just simply means getting up off your ass so you don't spend months sitting on your ass, there you go. Don't do it for any more months. Just stop at the number we had, okay? Because we can't change the past, but we can definitely give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, to which I was not just sitting on my ass, I was mourning. Hello, rude. So, yeah. Okay. I keep ending the video, keep saying I don't know what else to say, but then say more things. I have a script lined up for our next video. I'm super excited about it. If you want some spoilers here, it's about capitalism, the end of the planet. This time though, we're talking more specifically about streaming services. I think maybe we could sprinkle in some video games in there, but it's an allegory for all things streaming services, right? So, yeah, that includes movie, TV, music, video games, and everything else. I'll just say that in the next video. Okay, so sorry that the lighting is different here, by the way. It's literally daytime. I would usually be recording this about 12 hours from now. You know, instead of 2:30, it'd be like 2:30. But, well, not, who knows? We'll see how it goes in the color grading phase, right? Okay, for the 12th time, I'm gonna end the video. I really enjoyed spending some time with you here today, and I really appreciate you spending time with me here today. If you've made it all the way here to the end of the episode, you are absolutely amazing, and let me know all of your thoughts. So with that, I will bid you adieu, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I really appreciate you once more. Okay, bye, I love you.
For one of these days that will never end, that you seem to spend for hours on end, switching back and forth, 10 inch, 67 inch, 4 inch, 4K, 1080p. You're wasting your time, not making friends. You don't understand, where did they all go? Now what you have to say, stuff